Here at Mr.Horrrror Stories, you are not alone. Someone cares for you. To everyone tuned in, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much to all of you. Mr.Horrrror presents The Haunting of Clarisse. Good evening. I'm Clarisse from San Diego, California. I've been following your channel since last year, and now I've decided to share something deeply personal, a true story I experienced a few years ago. It all began when we moved into my grandmother's old house in Salem, Massachusetts. After Grandma Martina passed away, the house was passed down to my mom. The property was massive. It had 2 floors and sat on land so large it could easily fit a small inn. The house had character, but it was ancient. We learned later it was built back in 1939. Everyone in the family knew it was haunted. Stories had circulated for decades, especially about strange occurrences between midnight and 4 a.m. My mom had experienced enough in that house to swear she'd never live there again. But at the time, we were struggling and living in a small trailer park in San Diego. The city had issued an eviction notice, and we had nowhere else to go. From the first day we moved in, I could feel it, a chilling, heavy atmosphere. While exploring the upstairs bedroom my siblings and I would share, I heard 3 slow knocks coming from inside the old wardrobe. I froze. Still, being stubborn, I moved closer and was just about to open it when Mom came rushing in. "There's still boxes downstairs. Why don't you help carry them up?" she said. "Mom, I just heard 3 knocks from inside the wardrobe," I whispered. She dropped the box she was carrying and told me firmly, "Don't ever open that, Clarisse. If you hear knocking on doors, walls, furniture, never open it." Straight to me. She pulled a rosary out of her pocket and hung it on the wardrobe handle. Then she whispered something, a Latin prayer I couldn't understand, before opening the doors. It was empty. I asked, "Why did you do that? What was that prayer?" "That was a Latin blessing my grandmother taught me," she said. "This house has a history, and what I prayed was to remove any lingering spirits." She handed me the Latin prayer on a piece of yellow paper and told me to memorize it. I tucked it under my mattress and forgot all about it. A few nights later, Mom had us sleep in her room. Dad was out on a long-haul truck job, and she didn't want to be alone. Around 10 p.m., we lay in silence. By 11:30, the house was dead quiet. Until we heard it again. 3 slow, deliberate knocks on the bedroom door. I sat up and started walking toward it, but Mom whispered sharply, "Don't open it." "But what if it's Dad?" "He has a key, Clarisse." "That's not him," she said, voice trembling. 2 minutes later, another 3 knocks, but louder. We were frozen. Mom told us to hold hands and pray. We started reciting the Our Father and Hail Mary. Then came a rotten metallic stench that made our noses burn. "Mom, what's that smell?" my younger sibling asked. "That's a demon," she said. "It's trying to take one of us." But we're not alone. God is with us. Years passed, and we learned to live with the hauntings. I memorized the Latin prayer and would use it every time I heard knocking, especially when I was alone. Eventually, I got accepted to the University of Washington in Seattle. I used to hang out at Drumheller Fountain or just sit with my boyfriend Alden under the cherry blossom trees near campus. One evening, we were sitting and talking about our future when everything went cold. The next thing I knew, I was outside the university, walking toward my dorm. Alden was crying and shaking me, begging me never to do that again. He said that while we were talking, I suddenly stared into the distance, eyes dark and vacant. When he called my name, I wouldn't respond. When I finally turned to look at him, my eyes were wild, almost glowing black, but I remembered none of it. After that, it got worse. Mom would find me standing in the backyard, staring at trees at dawn. My siblings found me in random parts of the house, unmoving and unresponsive. Sometimes I'd just lie still, staring at the ceiling for hours. And then he came. A tall, faceless shadow man, always announced by 3 knocks. He started showing up after Alden and I broke up. That New Year's Eve, we were celebrating with food, music, and karaoke. I sang Just Another Woman in Love, and right as I finished, the microphone died. At 1 a.m., with only the speaker still powered on, we heard a man's voice through the mic. "I'm here. Come with me." We all froze. The mic had no power. It was dead, but the voice was clear and horrifying. We shut off all the equipment and tried to shake it off. The next day, Mom was dead serious. "We need to leave this house," she said. Dad, hesitant as usual, replied, "I thought we were used to this stuff." "No," Mom said. "The demon wants Clarisse." We tried getting help from a priest, but before anything could be done, Mom fell seriously ill. Doctors found nothing wrong. Even traditional healers failed. She was bedridden for months. One night, while watching over her, I fell asleep. I woke up to 3 loud knocks and saw the shadow man outside the room, eyes glowing red. The next night, he was inside my room, watching me. He didn't move. I couldn't breathe. I prayed until I passed out. The 3rd night, I felt the bed shift. He was sitting at my feet. "Come with me," he whispered. I was paralyzed. I nearly passed out from fear. In my dreams, I saw my body sleeping, and he was standing over me, trying to pull me into the darkness. I heard my family's voices and ran toward them. I woke up, gasping. Eventually, I moved on and found someone new. Lance. We were living in Phoenix, Arizona at the time. One night, I heard 3 knocks again. There he was, in the corner of our room. I tried to ignore him, but then he grabbed my leg, then my arm. His eyes were red. He was crying. "Come with me." "Stop fighting it." Then I heard another voice, angry, sobbing. "Leave her alone. She's mine." It was Lance. He said I was convulsing and repeating, "Please stop it." He tried to hold me, but I was pinned to the bed. He saw me gasp for air. He thought I had stopped breathing. Since then, the shadow man hasn't come close, but I still see him from a distance. Sometimes he speaks to me when I'm feeling low. He always says the same thing. "Come with me. Stop hurting yourself." Even now, as I type this to you, Mr.Horrrrr, I hear 3 knocks. He's here again, watching me. This is all real. He's not the only one I've seen, but he's the only one who never goes away. I've learned to live with it, but I'm tired. We finally left the haunted house in Salem and moved back to San Diego. I try to live normally, but the fear never leaves, because he's still watching me, still waiting. What should I do?